Imagine living in a world where love isn't something you have to chase, but a calm and natural part of life that finds you at the perfect time. Sounds wonderful, doesn't it? Have you ever felt like you've been chasing love, only to end up feeling lonelier than ever? Here's a surprising insight from the ancient Stoics. Chasing love might actually be pushing it away. Why might this seemingly paradoxical idea be the key to not only finding love, but experiencing it in its truest form? What if the secret to truly experiencing love is to stop chasing it altogether? Today, we explore the wisdom of the Stoics to understand why pursuing love might be the biggest mistake you could make in your quest for happiness. Join us as we dive into Stoic philosophy to reveal the hidden truths about love, desire, and emotional well-being that modern society often overlooks. Make sure to hit that subscribe button and ring the bell, because today you're on the path to discovering how to attract genuine love by doing the least expected thing, letting it go. Don't miss this life-changing perspective that could transform your approach to relationships forever. Engage with us by sharing your thoughts in the comments below before starting the video, because this might be a game changer. Challenge yourself to apply these practices and see the difference it makes. The illusion of control. Stoic philosophy introduces us to the concept of the dichotomy of control, a fundamental principle that distinguishes between what is within our control and what isn't. Epictetus, a renowned Stoic philosopher, famously said, "Some things are within our power while others are not. Within our power are opinion, motivation, desire, aversion, and in a word, whatever is of our own doing. Not within our power are our body, our property, reputation, office, and, in a word, whatever is not of our own doing." Love, being an emotion felt by another, clearly falls into the latter category. When we chase love, we are attempting to control the uncontrollable, another person's feelings and desires, setting ourselves up for frustration and disappointment. The more we try to force love or engineer specific outcomes in our relationships, the more we stray from the natural flow of human emotions. Marcus Aurelius, another revered Stoic, advised, "Accept the things to which fate binds you, and love the people with whom fate brings you together, but do so with all your heart." This quote emphasizes acceptance over force. Chasing love often involves trying to manipulate situations or people to fit our ideal of what love should be, rather than allowing relationships to evolve naturally and authentically. Instead of expending energy on chasing love, Stoicism guides us to invest in ourselves and our own virtues. Seneca, a Stoic philosopher, wrote, "All the terms of our human lot are wisely ordered. It is better to accept the things beyond our power and gracefully adapt ourselves to what is given, rather than entangle ourselves in an endless struggle against the external world." By shifting our focus from chasing external things like love to working on our own growth and self-improvement, we develop a sense of peace and self-reliance. This approach aligns with Stoic teachings and also increases our chances of forming genuine connections based on mutual respect and understanding, rather than neediness or desperation. The value of self-sufficiency. Stoicism emphasizes the significance of developing inner completeness, which is closely tied to the concept of self-sufficiency. As Epictetus famously said, "Freedom is the only worthy goal in life. It is won by disregarding things that lie beyond our control." This principle is especially important in the realm of love and relationships. By striving for self-sufficiency, we aim to find contentment and happiness within ourselves, rather than depending on others to provide it. This doesn't mean we should avoid relationships, but rather that we should enter them from a stable, self-sufficient state where our emotional well-being does not depend on another's presence or affection. In practice, self-sufficiency involves focusing on personal growth and self-improvement. Marcus Aurelius highlighted the importance of self-reliance with his words, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." Often we chase love because we feel something is lacking within ourselves. However, by cultivating qualities like resilience, patience, and wisdom, we can become more complete individuals. This process involves reflecting on our values, engaging in activities that promote growth, and embracing solitude at times to connect deeply with ourselves. The ultimate goal of Stoic self-sufficiency in relationships is to establish a foundation where external relationships enhance our lives rather than define them. Seneca beautifully expressed this idea. If you wish to be loved, love. He suggests that love should be an outpouring of our own joy and completeness, not a means to fill an emotional void. When we are self-sufficient, our relationships are healthier, more balanced, and based on mutual respect and admiration rather than neediness or dependency. This approach not only attracts genuine affection, but also ensures that our relationships contribute positively to our lives and the lives of those we care about. The dangers of attachment. Stoicism teaches us that attachment arises from placing too much importance on things we can't control, which often leads to disappointment and suffering. Epictetus, a notable Stoic philosopher, advised, "Don't demand that things happen as you wish, but wish that they happen as they do happen, and you will go on well." This wisdom underscores the Stoic belief in accepting reality as it is, rather than how we wish it to be. When we pursue love, we frequently idealize outcomes that may not be realistic, setting ourselves up for emotional distress when reality doesn't meet our expectations. The more we cling to the idea of love or to a particular person, the more we become dependent on receiving affection and validation from outside ourselves. This dependency can cloud our judgment, leading to compromised personal values and self-neglect. Stoicism advises us to counteract this by focusing on self-improvement and internal validation. Marcus Aurelius, another esteemed Stoic, said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." This perspective encourages us to build inner resilience and find contentment within ourselves instead of seeking it externally. To manage the risks of attachment, Stoicism suggests practicing detachment regularly. This doesn't mean becoming indifferent or emotionally unavailable, but rather training the mind to accept any outcome without despair. Seneca recommended daily reflections on the impermanence of all things, including relationships. By contemplating the transient nature of life, we can appreciate the present moment without excessive emotional investment in any particular outcome. This approach not only reduces suffering, but also boosts our overall emotional resilience. Finding love by letting go. Stoicism encourages us to embrace life as it unfolds, accepting what comes naturally instead of trying to force our will upon the world. As Epictetus wisely stated, "Seek not that the things which happen should happen as you wish, but wish the things which happen to be as they are, and you will have a tranquil flow of life." This philosophy, when applied to love, suggests that we should step back and allow relationships to develop naturally. By not imposing our expectations or desperately seeking affection, we make room for genuine connections that are more likely to align with our true selves. Marcus Aurelius also shared valuable advice. Waste no more time arguing about what a good man should be. Be one. In terms of relationships, this means that the best way to find love is to focus on becoming the best version of ourselves. This involves nurturing virtues such as kindness, patience, and integrity. When we concentrate on personal growth and live in accordance with our values, we naturally attract people who resonate with our authentic selves. This attraction happens effortlessly, without the manipulations often associated with pursuing love. Seneca wrote, "Let us prepare our minds as if we'd come to the very end of life. Let us postpone nothing. Let us balance life's books each day." This Stoic approach teaches us to let go of our obsession with future outcomes, like finding a perfect partner. Instead, we should focus on being present and appreciating the relationships we have, allowing love to emerge naturally from our sincere interactions and shared values. By concentrating on the present and working on ourselves each day, we remain open to life's possibilities. When love does come our way under these conditions, it is more likely to be deep, fulfilling, and in harmony with our core values. It arrives not because we chased it with intense effort, but because we were fully engaged in the art of living well. 5. Embracing true freedom. In Stoic philosophy, true freedom isn't determined by our external circumstances, but by our internal responses. As Seneca, a key Stoic thinker, observed, "It is not the man who has too little, but the man who craves more, that is poor." Applied to the quest for love, this means understanding that seeking affection or validation from others makes us dependent and, paradoxically, less free. Stoicism teaches that by curbing our desires and focusing on personal growth, we achieve emotional self-sufficiency that isn't swayed by the ups and downs of relationships. True emotional freedom, according to Stoics like Epictetus, involves recognizing the difference between what we can control and what we cannot. Epictetus famously said, "We are disturbed not by what happens to us, but by our thoughts about what happens." In love, this wisdom means our peace of mind shouldn't rely on whether others reciprocate our feelings. By letting go of the need to control the outcomes of our romantic pursuits, we align with Stoic principles, accepting whatever comes our way without unnecessary distress. Marcus Aurelius, another influential Stoic, advises us to see the value in self-restraint and inward focus. He said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." Embracing this principle helps us understand that pursuing love often leads to external dependency, which conflicts with Stoic ideals. Instead, by fostering a sense of completeness within ourselves, relationships become a source of enhancement rather than definition of our emotional state. This internal strength allows us to navigate relationships with grace and balance, truly reflecting the Stoic vision of emotional freedom. 6. The role of fate in relationships. Stoicism encourages us to embrace the idea of amor fati, or love of fate. This philosophy teaches us to accept everything that happens in our lives, including our relationships, as part of a larger cosmic plan or the natural order of things. As Epictetus, a Stoic philosopher, advised, "Do not seek for things to happen the way you want them to. Rather wish that what happens the way it happens. Then you will be happy." This wisdom highlights the importance of accepting relationships as they come, rather than trying to mold them into what we think they should be. By letting go of the need to control and accepting the role of fate, we can experience relationships more fully and with less anxiety about their outcomes. The pursuit of love often drives us to manipulate circumstances and people to fit our desires, leading to frustration and disappointment. Stoicism suggests we avoid this approach, instead promoting a focus on our own actions and reactions. Marcus Aurelius also advised, "Accept the things to which fate binds you, and love the people with whom fate brings you together, but do so with all your heart." This guidance reminds us that while we cannot control who comes into our lives, we can control how deeply and sincerely we engage with them. Embracing fate doesn't mean resigning ourselves passively, but rather adopting a dynamic acceptance that empowers us to live with grace and courage. It's about recognizing that certain aspects of our lives, particularly relationships, are best navigated with an open heart and mind, rather than forceful intent. By adopting a Stoic attitude toward relationships, we allow them to unfold naturally, which can lead to deeper and more meaningful connections. This approach aligns with the Stoic belief that we should focus on our own virtues and actions, releasing our attachment to specific outcomes, and finding true contentment in whatever life brings our way. 7. The power of mindfulness in love. Mindfulness, or being fully present in each moment, can greatly enrich our experience of love. By practicing mindfulness, we can truly appreciate each interaction and connection, rather than getting caught up in past regrets or future worries. This presence enables us to respond more thoughtfully and compassionately to our partners, deepening and authenticating our bond. Integrating mindfulness into our relationships helps us see our partners as they are, free from the distortions of our expectations or fears. It encourages us to listen more attentively, communicate more clearly, and act more kindly. By staying grounded in the present, we can cultivate a love that is both enduring and resilient, capable of handling life's inevitable challenges. Mindfulness also complements Stoic principles by focusing on what we can control, our thoughts, attitudes, and actions, while letting go of what we cannot. This practice fosters inner peace and stability, allowing us to approach our relationships with a balanced and open heart. Through mindfulness, we learn to value each moment's beauty and impermanence, nurturing a love that is both profound and lasting. Being present in the moment is a key element of Stoic philosophy. The Stoics believe that focusing on the present helps us avoid the anxiety of future uncertainties and the regrets of past actions. This principle is especially relevant to relationships. When we are mindful in our interactions, we engage fully with the person in front of us, free from distractions about who we wish they would be or fears about what they might become. As Marcus Aurelius advised, confine yourself to the present. By doing so, we build a genuine connection based on reality rather than fantasy. Mindfulness in love means truly listening and responding to our partner with full attention and empathy. It requires setting aside preconceptions and judgments, allowing us to see our partner as they truly are. This aligns with Epictetus's teaching. We have 2 ears and 1 mouth so that we can listen twice as much as we speak. Practically, this might involve setting aside distractions, like our phones during conversations, or making a conscious effort to understand our partner's perspective without rushing to respond. These practices foster deeper understanding and intimacy. Additionally, mindfulness helps us let go of unrealistic expectations and the pressure to control the relationship's direction. It allows us to savor each moment with our partner as it is, without needing it to be anything more. Seneca advised, "Begin at once to live and count each separate day as a separate life." By adopting this mindset, we can release the quest for an idealized version of love, and instead appreciate the love present in each moment. This approach not only enhances the quality of our relationships, but also brings a sense of peace and fulfillment. Cultivating self-love. For the Stoics, the concept of self-love diverges significantly from contemporary notions, which often emphasize self-indulgence, luxury, and the pursuit of personal pleasure. Modern society frequently equates self-love with pampering oneself, engaging in pleasurable activities, or seeking external validation and comfort. However, the Stoic philosophy offers a profound and transformative understanding of self-love, one that is deeply rooted in the cultivation of character and the practice of virtue. The Stoics, including prominent figures such as Epictetus, Marcus Aurelius, and Seneca, advocated for a life led by reason and virtue. For them, self-love meant fostering an unwavering commitment to personal growth, ethical behavior, and emotional resilience. As Epictetus wisely remarked, "He who is not happy with little will never be happy with much." This profound insight underscores a fundamental Stoic belief. True contentment and happiness are not dependent on external conditions, but are found within oneself. At the heart of Stoic self-love is the development of a strong and virtuous character. The Stoics believed that virtue, comprising wisdom, courage, justice, and temperance, was the highest good and the only true path to a fulfilled life. By focusing on cultivating these virtues, individuals could attain a state of inner peace and resilience, regardless of their external circumstances. Wisdom, the first of the Stoic virtues, involves the pursuit of knowledge and the understanding of the natural order of things. It encourages a thoughtful and reflective approach to life, enabling individuals to distinguish between what is within their control and what is not. By focusing on what they can control, namely their own thoughts, actions and reactions, people can maintain a sense of serenity and purpose. This wisdom leads to a form of self-love that is grounded in self-awareness and rationality, freeing individuals from the tyranny of external events and opinions. Courage, another key virtue, entails the strength to face adversity with fortitude and integrity. For the Stoics, courage was not merely about physical bravery, but also about moral strength. It meant standing up for one's principles and enduring hardship with grace and dignity. This form of courage fosters self-respect and a deep sense of self-worth, as individuals learn to value their inner strength over fleeting external comforts. Justice, the third Stoic virtue, emphasizes fairness, empathy, and the importance of living in harmony with others. It encourages individuals to treat others with respect and kindness, fostering a sense of interconnectedness and mutual respect. By practicing justice, individuals cultivate a form of self-love that is outward-looking and inclusive, recognizing that true fulfillment comes from contributing to the well-being of others and society as a whole. Temperance, the final Stoic virtue, involves moderation and self-control. It teaches individuals to regulate their desires and impulses, avoiding excess and maintaining balance in all aspects of life. This virtue is particularly relevant to the concept of self-love, as it encourages a disciplined and mindful approach to personal well-being. By practicing temperance, individuals learn to appreciate what they have and find contentment in simplicity rather than constantly seeking more. Epictetus's assertion that he who is not happy with little will never be happy with much highlights the Stoic emphasis on finding joy and satisfaction in the present moment, regardless of external wealth or status. This perspective challenges the modern obsession with materialism and the relentless pursuit of more money, more possessions, more recognition. Instead, the Stoics teach that true happiness and contentment arise from a deep appreciation of the present and the cultivation of an inner life rich in virtue and wisdom. By focusing on inner strength and virtue, Stoic self-love creates a stable foundation that remains steady through life's inevitable ups and downs. External circumstances such as wealth, social status, and relationships are transient and often beyond our control. The Stoics believed that placing our happiness in these external factors makes us vulnerable to disappointment and suffering. In contrast, by grounding our sense of self-worth in our character and virtues, we develop an inner resilience that can withstand the vicissitudes of life. Cultivating a genuine sense of self-love, according to Stoic principles, involves a continuous process of self-examination and self-improvement. The Stoics practiced daily reflection, often journaling about their thoughts and actions, to identify areas for growth and to reinforce their commitment to virtue. This practice not only fostered self-awareness, but also helped individuals stay aligned with their values and goals. Moreover, the Stoics recognized that self-love was not an isolated endeavor, but was intimately connected to our relationships with others. By developing a strong and virtuous character, individuals naturally attract healthier, more fulfilling relationships. People who embody the Stoic virtues are likely to be more compassionate, fair, and dependable, qualities that foster trust and respect in their interactions with others. In essence, Stoic self-love is a holistic and transformative practice that encompasses personal growth, ethical living, and emotional resilience. It challenges us to look beyond superficial measures of success and happiness and to cultivate a deeper, more enduring sense of well-being. By embracing the Stoic virtues and focusing on our inner development, we can create a life that is not only fulfilling for ourselves, but also beneficial to those around us. Marcus Aurelius, the revered Stoic philosopher and Roman emperor, profoundly understood the connection between our thoughts and our happiness. He wisely noted, "The happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts." This statement underscores the fundamental Stoic principle that our internal state shapes our external experience. By nurturing positive and virtuous thoughts and actions, we not only enhance our own lives but also become more appealing to those who value similar qualities. This inner contentment and self-sufficiency create a magnetic charm, drawing people towards us who appreciate our authenticity and strength. Stoicism, a school of philosophy founded in Athens by Zeno of Citium in the early 3rd century BC, offers a rich repository of practical advice for nurturing self-love and achieving a fulfilling life. Central to Stoic philosophy is the belief that we should live in harmony with nature, accepting what we cannot change and focusing on our own actions and thoughts. This mindset is a powerful tool for cultivating self-love and fostering a balanced, happy life. One of the first steps to nurturing self-love through Stoicism is practicing mindfulness and self-reflection daily. Mindfulness involves being present in the moment, fully aware of our thoughts, feelings, and actions without judgment. This practice allows us to observe our thought patterns and identify any negative or unhelpful thoughts that may be undermining our happiness. By becoming more aware of our thoughts, we can consciously choose to focus on those that are positive and constructive, thereby enhancing our overall well-being. Seneca, another prominent Stoic philosopher, highlighted the importance of focusing on the present. He famously said, "The greatest obstacle to living is expectancy, which hangs upon tomorrow and loses today." This quote emphasizes the necessity of embracing the present moment. Often, we become so preoccupied with what might happen in the future that we fail to appreciate the here and now. By learning to live in the present, we can fully engage with our current experiences, making the most of each moment and reducing unnecessary stress and anxiety. Embracing the present also involves celebrating our progress and strengths. It is easy to get caught up in our shortcomings and the things we have yet to achieve. However, Stoicism teaches us to acknowledge and appreciate our accomplishments, no matter how small. This practice of gratitude not only boosts our self-esteem, but also reinforces our sense of self-worth. Each small victory becomes a building block in the foundation of our self-love. Another crucial aspect of Stoic practice is regularly assessing our actions to ensure they align with our values. Stoics believe that living a virtuous life is the key to true happiness. This means acting in accordance with our principles and striving to be the best version of ourselves. By consistently evaluating our actions and making adjustments as necessary, we can ensure that we are living authentically and staying true to our values. This integrity is a cornerstone of self-love, as it reinforces our sense of identity and purpose. Gratitude is a powerful Stoic practice that significantly contributes to self-love. By regularly practicing gratitude, we shift our focus from what we lack to what we have. This shift in perspective can have a profound impact on our happiness and well-being. Acknowledging our achievements and the positive aspects of our lives, no matter how minor they may seem, helps us cultivate a sense of contentment and fulfillment. Gratitude also strengthens our relationships, as it fosters a sense of appreciation and connection with others. In addition to these practices, Stoicism encourages us to embrace challenges and view them as opportunities for growth. Life is filled with obstacles and difficulties, but how we respond to these challenges defines our character. By adopting a Stoic mindset, we can see challenges as valuable learning experiences that help us grow and develop. This resilience not only enhances our self-love, but also prepares us to face future difficulties with courage and confidence. The teachings of Stoicism are not merely theoretical, they are meant to be applied in our daily lives. By consistently incorporating these principles into our routines, we can cultivate a resilient and virtuous character that supports our emotional well-being and relationships. The practice of Stoicism becomes a way of life, guiding our thoughts and actions towards greater happiness and fulfillment. Embracing these Stoic teachings in our daily lives not only deepens our self-love, but also fosters genuine, meaningful connections with others. When we live authentically and in accordance with our values, we attract people who appreciate and respect us for who we are. These relationships are built on mutual respect and shared values, creating a strong foundation for lasting, meaningful connections. Moreover, the self-sufficiency cultivated through Stoic practice allows us to maintain our sense of self-worth independently of external validation. This inner strength makes us less susceptible to the opinions and judgments of others, freeing us to live more authentically and confidently. As we become more secure in ourselves, we naturally attract others who value and respect our authenticity and strength. The misconceptions of passionate love. In contemporary culture, passionate love is often romanticized as the pinnacle of human experience. Films, literature, and social media frequently portray it as a whirlwind of intense emotions, from euphoric highs to devastating lows. This portrayal suggests that the more extreme the emotions, the more authentic and profound the love. However, this view of passion is not universal. The Stoics, a philosophical school from ancient Greece and Rome, offered a markedly different perspective on passionate love, highlighting its potential for irrationality and emotional turbulence. The Stoic philosopher Seneca, among others, warned against the dangers inherent in passionate love. According to Seneca, it is not the man who has too little, but the man who craves more, that is poor. This insight delves into the nature of desire and contentment, especially within the context of romantic relationships. To understand this perspective fully, it is essential to explore the core principles of Stoic philosophy and how they relate to the concept of passionate love. Stoicism, founded in Athens by Zeno of Citium in the early 3rd century BCE, emphasizes rationality, self-control, and the importance of living in accordance with nature. The Stoics believed that true happiness and tranquility arise not from external circumstances, but from within, through the cultivation of virtue and wisdom. They advocated for a life of moderation and reason, urging individuals to align their desires with what is within their control and to accept what is not. For Stoics, emotions like passion are seen as disruptions to inner peace and rational thought. Passionate love, with its intense highs and lows, often embodies the very traits that Stoics seek to avoid. It can lead to a loss of self-control, a skewed perception of reality, and a persistent dissatisfaction driven by unfulfilled desires. Passionate love is characterized by overwhelming emotions and an all-consuming desire for the object of affection. It can be exhilarating, filling one's life with a sense of purpose and joy. However, it is also accompanied by significant challenges. The highs of passionate love can be as extreme as the lows, leading to a cycle of euphoria and despair. This intense emotional state often creates unrealistic expectations and idealizations of the partner. When these expectations are not met, disappointment and heartache ensue. In this sense, passionate love can be seen as a double-edged sword. While it can provide moments of profound connection and joy, it can also lead to instability and distress. The Stoic critique of passionate love is rooted in the belief that such emotions can undermine personal stability and rationality. Seneca's statement about craving more and being poor highlights the idea that dissatisfaction arises from an insatiable desire for more than what one has. In romantic relationships, this craving can manifest as a constant pursuit of an idealized version of love or a perfect partner. According to Stoicism, this unfulfilled craving leads to perpetual dissatisfaction. The Stoics advocate for a mindset of contentment and acceptance, where happiness is not contingent upon external circumstances or the fluctuating nature of romantic passion. Instead, they encourage individuals to focus on what they can control, namely, their own actions and responses. Seneca's teachings suggest that a rational approach to love involves recognizing and accepting the limits of one's desires. By cultivating self-discipline and managing expectations, individuals can achieve a more stable and fulfilling experience of love. This approach does not preclude the experience of deep affection or meaningful connections, but rather emphasizes maintaining emotional equilibrium and avoiding the extremes of passionate love. Incorporating Stoic principles into romantic relationships involves a few key practices. Strive for a balanced approach to love. While passionate moments are natural, avoid letting them dominate your emotional state. Embrace the highs without becoming overly attached, and approach the lows with composure and understanding. Avoid idealizing your partner or the relationship. Recognize that imperfections are a natural part of any human interaction. This perspective can help you manage expectations and reduce the likelihood of disappointment. Cultivate self-discipline to prevent excessive dependence on the relationship for your happiness. Acknowledge your own role in creating a fulfilling relationship and focus on personal growth and emotional resilience. Understand that you cannot control your partner's actions or the outcome of the relationship entirely. Focus on how you respond to these factors and strive for a balanced perspective. Stoic philosophy, with its emphasis on reason, virtue, and self-control, offers profound insights into the nature of love and relationships. According to this ancient school of thought, genuine love is not merely a matter of fleeting emotions or passionate infatuation, but rather a steadfast commitment rooted in reason and virtue. Epictetus, one of the foremost Stoic philosophers, encapsulates this philosophy with his advice. Make the best use of what is in your power and take the rest as it happens. This guidance underscores the importance of focusing on what we can control, our own actions, decisions, and responses, while accepting with equanimity those aspects of life that are beyond our influence. When applied to relationships and love, this principle reveals a deeper understanding of how to cultivate enduring, meaningful connections. At the heart of Stoic philosophy is the belief that our happiness and well-being depend on our ability to align our actions with reason and virtue. This is especially relevant when it comes to love and relationships. Stoics advocate for a form of love that is deliberate, rational, and based on mutual respect, rather than one driven by the unpredictable whims of passion. Stoicism teaches that love should be grounded in reason rather than in the volatile nature of passion. While passion is often intense and exhilarating, it is also transient and can lead to irrational behavior. Stoic love, on the other hand, is characterized by a deep, stable affection that is rooted in mutual understanding and shared values. This kind of love is less about the highs and lows of emotional intensity and more about a consistent, measured commitment to the well-being of the other person. According to Stoic thought, Virtue is the highest good and the foundation of a meaningful life. In the context of love, virtue means acting with integrity, kindness, and fairness. A relationship built on virtue is one where both partners strive to be their best selves and support each other in doing the same. This form of love transcends superficial attraction and is instead founded on a deep respect for each other's character and values. Epictetus's advice to make the best use of what is in your power and take the rest as it happens is particularly pertinent in relationships. In any partnership, there are aspects that are within our control, such as our own behavior, communication, and effort. However, there are also elements that are beyond our control, such as the actions and feelings of the other person. The Stoic approach encourages us to focus on what we can control, our own responses and efforts, while accepting with grace what we cannot change. To apply Stoic principles effectively, it is important to cultivate a mindset that values reason, virtue, and acceptance. Here are some practical ways to integrate these ideas into your relationships. Effective communication is crucial in any relationship. By approaching conversations with a rational mindset, you can address conflicts and misunderstandings with clarity and composure. This means listening actively, expressing your thoughts honestly, and seeking to understand the other person's perspective without being swayed by emotional reactions. In a Stoic relationship, both partners support each other's personal growth and self-improvement. This involves encouraging each other to pursue virtuous goals, develop new skills, and overcome challenges. By focusing on mutual growth, you strengthen the bond between you and build a partnership based on shared values and aspirations. Stoicism teaches us to cultivate emotional resilience by distinguishing between what is within our control and what is not. In relationships, this means maintaining a sense of inner stability even when faced with difficulties or disappointments. By practicing emotional resilience, you can navigate the ups and downs of a relationship with greater equanimity and maintain a balanced perspective. Understanding that everyone is fallible and that mistakes are a natural part of life is essential in a Stoic relationship. Cultivating patience and forgiveness allows you to address issues constructively without holding grudges or letting minor grievances escalate. This approach fosters a supportive and compassionate environment where both partners can thrive. Regularly reflecting on the values and principles that you and your partner share can reinforce the foundation of your relationship. By focusing on common goals and ideals, you strengthen your connection and align your efforts toward a shared vision of a fulfilling partnership. In a world where the notion of love is often idealized and romanticized, Stoic philosophy offers a refreshing perspective that emphasizes reason, virtue, and stability. Genuine love, according to Stoic thought, is not about being swept away by transient emotions, but about building a lasting, meaningful connection based on rational commitment and mutual respect. By embracing the Stoic principles of reason, virtue, and acceptance, you can cultivate a love that endures and enriches both your life and the life of your partner. This approach allows you to navigate the complexities of relationships with grace and wisdom, fostering a bond that is resilient and deeply fulfilling. In exploring the teachings of Stoicism, one of the key tenets revolves around the management and moderation of emotions, particularly the influence of excessive passion on our lives. Stoic philosophers such as Epictetus, Seneca, and Marcus Aurelius deeply examined how emotions affect human behavior and decision-making. They posited that unchecked passion could cloud our judgment, leading us to make decisions driven by fleeting desires rather than rational thought. This perspective underscores a significant principle in Stoic philosophy, that happiness and fulfillment are not products of external circumstances or passionate pursuits, but rather stem from an internal alignment of our thoughts and attitudes. Marcus Aurelius, a Roman emperor and Stoic philosopher, eloquently captured this notion in his Meditations. Very little is needed to make a happy life. It is all within yourself, in your way of thinking. This profound statement reveals a cornerstone of Stoic thought, that the essence of a contented life lies not in external achievements or the intensity of our emotions, but in the cultivation of a serene and disciplined mindset. By emphasizing the internal nature of happiness, Marcus Aurelius invites us to recognize that our emotional state and overall well-being are primarily governed by how we interpret and respond to life's challenges. From a Stoic perspective, excessive passion is viewed as a disturbance that can lead to irrational behavior and poor decision-making. Passion in this context is defined as an overwhelming emotion that can dominate our thoughts and actions, such as intense anger, fervent desire, or overwhelming fear. These powerful emotions, while they may offer temporary excitement or gratification, can also obscure our ability to think clearly and act wisely. The Stoics argue that by allowing passion to dictate our behavior, we surrender our rational faculties and become susceptible to making choices that are not in alignment with our true values and long-term well-being. In contrast, Stoicism advocates for the cultivation of a balanced emotional state. This balance is achieved through the practice of self-awareness, mindfulness, and rational reflection. By maintaining emotional equilibrium, individuals are better equipped to engage with life's experiences in a thoughtful and deliberate manner. This approach not only enhances personal well-being, but also fosters healthier, more stable relationships. When emotions are managed with wisdom and restraint, relationships are nurtured by mutual understanding and rational affection rather than by the volatile forces of passionate love. In relationships, the Stoic emphasis on moderation and rationality becomes particularly significant. Passionate love, while often celebrated in literature and culture for its intensity and fervor, can also bring about instability and unpredictability. The high highs and low lows associated with passionate love can create a tumultuous environment where decisions are driven by temporary emotional states rather than thoughtful consideration. By contrast, relationships grounded in mutual respect, understanding, and rational affection are characterized by stability and enduring connection. This type of relationship is less likely to be swayed by the unpredictable nature of intense passion and more likely to thrive on a foundation of shared values and mutual support. The Stoic practice of emotional regulation involves several key strategies. One important technique is the exercise of cognitive distancing, which involves stepping back from immediate emotional responses to gain perspective. This practice allows individuals to observe their emotions without being overwhelmed by them, enabling more rational decision-making. Additionally, Stoics encourage the cultivation of virtues such as wisdom, courage, justice, and temperance, which serve as guiding principles for navigating life's challenges. By aligning our actions with these virtues, we can approach our relationships and decisions with greater clarity and integrity. Another Stoic practice relevant to emotional balance is the contemplation of impermanence. The Stoics believe that by recognizing the transient nature of all things, including our emotions and relationships, we can develop a more detached and accepting attitude. This perspective helps individuals to appreciate the present moment without clinging to or being disturbed by the fluctuating nature of emotions. By embracing the impermanence of life, we can foster a sense of equanimity and resilience that supports both personal growth and healthy relationships. The Stoic approach to emotional management also intersects with modern psychological practices, such as cognitive behavioral therapy, CBT. CBT emphasizes the importance of challenging and reframing distorted thought patterns, which aligns with the Stoic practice of rational reflection. Both approaches advocate for the development of self-awareness and the cultivation of a balanced perspective to enhance emotional well-being and decision-making. Ultimately, the Stoic view on passion and emotional regulation highlights the profound impact that our internal state has on our overall quality of life. By focusing on cultivating a balanced and rational mindset, individuals can create a more stable and fulfilling existence. This approach encourages us to look inward for happiness and to develop a resilient and thoughtful attitude towards life's experiences, building relationships on virtue. In Stoic philosophy, virtue is seen as the highest good and the cornerstone of a fulfilling life. Virtue, in the Stoic sense, encompasses four primary qualities: wisdom, courage, justice, and temperance. These qualities form the bedrock of Stoic ethics and guide individuals toward a life of meaning, purpose, and contentment. This framework is not merely theoretical. It is deeply practical and directly applicable to various aspects of life, including personal relationships. When it comes to relationships, Stoics believe that the strongest and most lasting connections are built on mutual virtues and shared values. This perspective contrasts sharply with more transient bases for relationships, such as physical attraction, wealth, or social status. Instead, Stoicism emphasizes the enduring nature of relationships founded on a mutual commitment to virtuous living. Marcus Aurelius, one of the most renowned Stoic philosophers, captured this idea succinctly when he said, "Waste no more time arguing about what a good man should be. Be one." This advice underscores the importance of embodying virtues in our daily lives rather than merely discussing them. By cultivating virtues such as wisdom, courage, justice, and temperance within ourselves, we not only enhance our own character, but also attract partners who value and share these same principles. Wisdom, the first of the Stoic virtues, involves the pursuit of knowledge and understanding. In the context of relationships, wisdom manifests as the ability to see beyond superficial differences and to appreciate the deeper qualities of another person. It enables us to navigate conflicts with a sense of perspective and to make decisions that are in the best interest of both parties. Wisdom also encourages us to learn from our experiences and to grow together with our partners. Courage, the second virtue, is essential for facing the inevitable challenges that arise in any relationship. It takes courage to be vulnerable, to communicate openly and honestly, and to confront difficult issues head-on. Courage also involves standing by our principles and supporting our partners in their endeavors, even when it is not easy. By cultivating courage, we build resilience and create a foundation of trust and respect in our relationships. Justice, the third virtue, is about fairness and integrity. In relationships, justice means treating our partners with respect and equality. It involves being honest and transparent, keeping promises, and ensuring that both parties' needs and perspectives are considered. Practicing justice fosters a sense of security and mutual respect, which are critical for a healthy and enduring relationship. Temperance, the final Stoic virtue, is about self-control and moderation. In relationships, temperance helps us manage our emotions and desires. It encourages us to avoid excessive behaviors that can harm our connections, such as jealousy, possessiveness, or impulsivity. By practicing temperance, we maintain balance and harmony in our relationships, allowing them to flourish over time. Beyond these four cardinal virtues, Stoicism also emphasizes the importance of personal growth and self-improvement. This focus on continuous improvement aligns well with the dynamics of a healthy relationship. As individuals committed to virtue, Stoics understand that relationships require effort, dedication, and a willingness to grow together. This shared journey of self-improvement can strengthen the bond between partners and create a deeper, more meaningful connection. Moreover, the Stoic emphasis on inner tranquility and emotional resilience can be incredibly beneficial in relationships. Stoics strive to maintain equanimity in the face of life's ups and downs, recognizing that external events are beyond their control. This mindset can help partners support each other through difficult times without being overwhelmed by negative emotions. By focusing on what they can control, their own attitudes and actions, Stoics can contribute to a stable and supportive relationship environment. Stoic philosophy also teaches the importance of understanding and accepting the nature of others. In relationships, this means recognizing that our partners are imperfect human beings, just like us. Instead of trying to change them or expecting them to be flawless, Stoics advocate for accepting their flaws and focusing on their virtues. This acceptance fosters a sense of compassion and empathy, which are vital for maintaining a loving and supportive relationship. In addition to these philosophical principles, practical applications of Stoic teachings can further enhance relationships. For example, practicing regular reflection and journaling, as encouraged by Stoic philosophers like Epictetus and Seneca, can help individuals gain clarity on their thoughts and emotions. This self-awareness can improve communication and help partners navigate conflicts more effectively. Mindfulness, another Stoic practice, involves being present and fully engaged in the moment. By cultivating mindfulness, partners can appreciate each other's company more deeply and create a stronger emotional connection. This practice also helps individuals respond to challenges with greater composure and understanding. Furthermore, the Stoic practice of gratitude can significantly enrich relationships. By regularly expressing appreciation for our partners and acknowledging the positive aspects of our relationship, we can foster a sense of joy and fulfillment. Gratitude helps shift our focus from what is lacking to what is abundant, creating a more positive and loving relationship environment. Unlike the dramatic and often unstable portrayal of love in popular culture, Stoicism offers a refreshingly balanced and rational approach to relationships. In a world where love is frequently depicted as an all-consuming force that can lead to both ecstasy and despair, Stoicism provides a framework that encourages stability, virtue, and personal growth. This philosophical perspective suggests that a deeper, more enduring form of love can be cultivated through principles that go beyond mere emotional intensity. Popular culture often glorifies the idea of love as a grand, sweeping emotion that transcends all other aspects of life. This portrayal is usually characterized by intense passion, dramatic ups and downs, and a sense of emotional dependency. While this romantic ideal can be captivating, it also brings with it a host of challenges. Emotional highs and lows can lead to instability, and the expectations set by such portrayals can make real relationships feel inadequate by comparison. Stoicism, on the other hand, encourages us to approach relationships with a sense of rationality and equilibrium. Stoic philosophy teaches that while emotions are natural, they should not dominate our actions or decisions. Instead, we should seek to cultivate virtues such as wisdom, courage, justice, and temperance in our relationships. By doing so, we create a foundation of stability and mutual respect, which provides a more sustainable and fulfilling form of love. At the heart of Stoic philosophy is the idea of focusing on what is within our control and accepting what is not. When it comes to relationships, this means that we should concentrate on our own behavior and responses rather than trying to control or change others. By doing so, we foster an environment where love can flourish based on shared values and mutual respect rather than emotional turbulence. Seneca, one of the most prominent Stoic philosophers, emphasized the importance of surrounding ourselves with individuals who contribute positively to our lives. He famously advised, "Associate with people who are likely to improve you." This advice underscores the Stoic belief that our relationships should be built on the foundation of personal growth and virtue. By aligning ourselves with people who challenge us to be better and share our core values, we create a supportive and enriching environment where love can thrive. In Stoicism, Virtue is considered the highest good and the foundation of a fulfilling life. When applied to relationships, this principle means that love should be grounded in shared virtues rather than fleeting emotions. For example, virtues such as honesty, loyalty, and compassion are essential for building a strong and lasting connection. When both partners are committed to these virtues, their relationship is likely to be more resilient and rewarding. Moreover, Stoicism teaches us that the quality of our relationships reflects our own character. By focusing on becoming a better person through the cultivation of virtues and self-improvement, we contribute positively to our relationships. This in turn creates a more stable and harmonious dynamic, where love is not just an emotion, but a reflection of our mutual growth and shared values. Adopting a Stoic approach to love has several benefits. First and foremost, it helps us manage expectations and avoid the pitfalls of emotional dependency. By focusing on virtue and personal growth, we create a more balanced and realistic understanding of what love entails. This perspective allows us to appreciate the depth and stability of our relationships, rather than being swayed by transient emotions. Additionally, a Stoic approach fosters a greater sense of inner peace and contentment. When we are not driven by the highs and lows of emotional intensity, we can maintain a more stable and fulfilling relationship. This stability not only benefits the relationship itself, but also contributes to our overall well-being. To apply Stoic principles to our relationships, we can start by reflecting on our own values and behavior. Are we acting with integrity and respect towards our partners? Are we striving to be better individuals and supporting our partners in their own growth? By regularly evaluating our actions and attitudes, we can ensure that our relationships are grounded in virtue and mutual respect. Furthermore, it is helpful to communicate openly and honestly with our partners. Stoicism values clarity and truth, and by fostering open communication, we can address issues and challenges in a constructive manner. This approach not only strengthens our connection, but also reinforces the foundation of mutual respect and shared values. In the quest for meaningful and lasting relationships, one of the most profound approaches is to base them on virtues that strengthen both the individual and the partnership. The Stoic philosophy, with its focus on wisdom, courage, justice, and temperance, provides a powerful framework for fostering such relationships. By embodying these Stoic virtues in our own lives, we create a solid foundation for building relationships that are not only enduring, but also deeply fulfilling. Wisdom is the cornerstone of Stoic philosophy and serves as the guiding light in our decision-making processes. To build a relationship based on virtue, it's essential to practice wisdom by making thoughtful and informed choices. This involves understanding the nature of your own desires, needs, and goals, and aligning them with those of your partner. Epictetus, one of the prominent Stoic philosophers, emphasized the importance of self-awareness and deliberate action. He suggested, "First say to yourself what you would be, and then do what you have to do." This advice encourages us to reflect deeply on the kind of person we aspire to be, and to align our actions with this vision. In the context of relationships, wisdom involves discerning what qualities you truly value in a partner and ensuring that you are embodying these qualities yourself. Wisdom also means approaching relationship challenges with a calm and reflective mindset. When faced with conflicts or disagreements, a wise person will seek to understand the root causes and address them thoughtfully rather than reacting impulsively. This approach not only helps in resolving issues more effectively, but also fosters a sense of mutual respect and understanding. Courage is another fundamental Stoic virtue that plays a crucial role in relationships. It involves facing challenges and adversities with resilience and strength. In the context of a relationship, courage means being willing to confront difficult conversations, address issues openly, and take responsibility for one's own actions. A courageous person in a relationship does not shy away from expressing their true feelings or addressing conflicts directly. Instead, they approach these situations with honesty and bravery, knowing that confronting issues head-on is essential for growth and understanding. This kind of courage helps in building trust and deepening the emotional connection between partners. Moreover, courage is necessary for personal growth within a relationship. It requires stepping out of one's comfort zone, embracing vulnerability, and being willing to change and adapt for the betterment of the relationship. By demonstrating courage, you not only strengthen your own character, but also inspire your partner to do the same, leading to a more resilient and dynamic partnership. Justice, in the Stoic sense, refers to treating others with fairness and integrity. In a relationship, upholding justice means respecting your partner's needs, valuing their opinions, and ensuring that your actions are equitable and considerate. A just person in a relationship is attentive to the balance of give and take, ensuring that both partners feel valued and heard. This involves actively listening to your partner, acknowledging their feelings, and working together to find fair solutions to problems. Justice also means being honest and transparent, avoiding deceit or manipulation, and striving to create a supportive and inclusive environment. By prioritizing justice, you build a relationship based on mutual respect and equality. This not only enhances the emotional well-being of both partners, but also fosters a sense of partnership and collaboration. When both individuals in a relationship are committed to fairness, it creates a harmonious and balanced dynamic that supports long-term happiness and satisfaction. Temperance, or self-control, is the fourth Stoic virtue that is vital for maintaining a healthy relationship. It involves managing one's desires and impulses, practicing moderation, and maintaining balance in all aspects of life. In the context of a relationship, temperance means regulating your emotional responses, avoiding excessive reactions, and managing conflicts with composure. It also involves being mindful of your own needs and desires, and finding a balanced approach that respects both your own boundaries and those of your partner. Exercising temperance helps in preventing misunderstandings and emotional outbursts that can strain a relationship. It encourages patience, empathy, and the ability to navigate difficult situations with grace. By practicing self-control, you contribute to a more stable and harmonious relationship, where both partners feel secure and valued. Building a relationship based on virtue also involves aligning your values with those of your partner. This means engaging in open and honest conversations about your shared beliefs, goals, and expectations. By understanding each other's values and aspirations, you can work together towards common objectives and create a strong sense of unity. Reflect on the qualities you seek in a partner and strive to develop those within yourself. This self-improvement not only enhances your own character, but also makes you a better partner. By embodying virtues such as wisdom, courage, justice, and temperance, you set a positive example and create a nurturing environment for your relationship to thrive. Lastly, prioritizing virtue in your relationships fosters personal growth. As you strive to embody Stoic qualities, you develop greater self-awareness, resilience, and emotional intelligence. This personal development enriches your relationship and contributes to a deeper connection with your partner. By committing to personal growth and virtue, you create a relationship that is not only fulfilling, but also transformative. You both have the opportunity to evolve together, supporting each other's growth and contributing to a shared journey of self-improvement and fulfillment. If you found these insights helpful, please like, subscribe, and share this video with friends who might benefit from this Stoic wisdom. We'd love to hear in the comments how focusing on personal growth has impacted your relationships. Remember The best love comes to those who are not actively seeking it, but are dedicated to becoming their best selves. Thank you for watching, and until next time, live wisely.